to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour.
Salad fingers, is that you?
I am your host, Ross Pitch Hunter. And this is Wizzy Puff.
Hello, everybody. This is the Salad Fingers Fanfiction Power Hour. I like rusty spoons.
Okay, legit though, I haven't seen Salad Fingers.
You should see Salad Fingers.
Maybe I should check it out for the season.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back for Halloween month, where we get... Wait, the Halloween month is called Ross and Wizzy's Scary Fiction Power Hour or something like that. Fanfiction Scary Hour or something.
It's called Wizzy and Ross Fanfiction Spooky Hour.
Okay then. That's excellent. Hey guys, this is the show where we read spooky fan fictions from the My Little Pony verse. It's gonna be great, you guys. Just hold your horses. We got some pretty good stuff coming in this episode. So, the first one is... Yeah, we're reading two, by the way. The first one we are reading is That Isn't Me by Wish Come True. Freaking gnats. It's October. Why don't you just die? They're annoying. So yeah, That Isn't Me by Wish Come True. Are you ready, Wizzy? Are you so ready?
I'm ready.
That sounds like you're ready. All right, everybody. You guys excited? All right, let's do this thing. In the Mirror. That Isn't Me by Wish Come True. Chapter 1. In the Mirror. It's also the only chapter, so, you know.
Sweetie Belle, wake up.
I shoved my face deeper into the pillows, hoping that would block out my sister's voice.
Sweetie Belle, you have to get ready for school.
When I didn't respond, her tone grew terser.
If I have to come up there and drag you out of bed, I won't be happy.
I swear to God, Sweetie Belle, I'll punch your face off.
That's when I heard her cock the shotgun.
I knew that tone. It was the one she used when she was particularly frustrated with Opal and not afraid to show it, or when she was particularly frustrated with me and attempting not to show it. Saccharine sweet with jagged edges like a rose. Grumbling, I barely rubbed at my face and rolled out of bed. Hearing my hooves hit the floor, Rarity called up.
Breakfast will be ready in 5 minutes, so go get ready.
Dinner will be ready at 7:30.
I don't get that reference.
It's a Clue reference.
Oh, I never watched that. I only played it.
Well, you should. I don't know if you would like it, but I do, so I think you should.
We should play Clue.
We should. Ooh. I do have that downloaded on Steam.
Oh, I don't, but I don't know if I can. I might be able to.
I think it might be free? I don't know. I know that the boring one is, at the very least, pretty low money or free. But then you have the expansion packs and whatever. You have Tabletop Simulator, though, don't you?
Technically, but that's a weird. That's a weird.
You heard him, everybody. That's a weird. I wanted to continue arguing, but I didn't want to push her again so quickly. Burnt myself way too many times doing that when I was younger. Trotting into the bathroom with my eyes still clamped shut, I turned on the sink with my magic and dunked my face into the cold water. With that little booster of adrenaline now, I pulled away and opened my eyes for the first time that morning. I wiped my face with my towel and placed it delicately back on the rung for it. Rarity would have flipped if I didn't, and inspected myself. My eyelids looked a little dark, but they would be fine later. I considered using makeup to help, but decided against it. It always felt weird against my coat, and I'm not sure how Rarity stands it. My mane looked as curly as ever, and I didn't see any weird spots, but there was something off. I stared for another minute, trying to figure it out, but I eventually gave up. If I couldn't figure it out, it must not be important. I walked down the stairs as quickly as I could, chasing the smell of coffee before my earlier adrenaline wore off. My sister was waiting for me at the table, drinking from her own mug and nibbling at an omelet. Bleh.
Well, you look lovely today, Sweetie Belle.
You don't.
Oh! Sassy Belle. Oh, man.
I shrugged while I prepared my coffee. I guess. Something felt off when I was looking in the mirror, though.
Well, you are going through puberty, dear. It's perfectly natural to feel like that. How old is Sweetie Belle? I thought she was like 8, 7.
She is.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, she was probably around 8 years old when the series first started. And if I had to guess, she's around 13 by end. So, somewhere around there. I raised my eyebrows. Really? Why didn't I feel like this before then? She took a particularly... Also, don't girls go through puberty pretty early, though?
Oh.
At least compared to us men.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
She took
Sounds about right to me. I don't know. I never really looked into all this stuff. I just let it happen. You know me.
Yeah, I know you. Sadly.
That's what I say about myself every morning.
Really? That's what I say about you, too.
What the frick? At least you're thinking of me.
Coincidence.
You know what? I'm going to let you have that one. But I'll get you back at some point, Ross.
I'll get you someday. She took a particularly long sip of coffee and winced.
Well, you always were a late bloomer, Sweetie Belle. First with magic, then your cutie mark.
Shut up. I sighed. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Wait.
I heard a series
Did her
of
voice
loud
just
knocks
drop?
from the... No, I was always doing a deeper voice for her talking.
Were you? Oh.
Yeah. I heard a series of loud knocks from the front door and looked up at Rarity. She glared at me and pointed a hoof at my uneaten omelet. Sighing, I ate it as fast as I could and ran to the door.
Sweetie Belle, it's time to get up.
She... I groaned and flopped out of bed, but I didn't fight her. Oomph! Rubbing my sore belly, I stumbled through the hall and into the bathroom. I repeated my usual ritual: cold water, wipe, delicately hang towel. I opened my eyes and my jaw dropped open. There were sickly red spots all over my face, showing clearly through my light coat. I ran down to the main floor screaming.
Sweetie Belle, whatever is the matter?
Yeah, puberty.
Yeah, this is like pimples. Come on.
Wait, what if in the mirror she's going through puberty, but she isn't? Kind of like a Dorian Gray situation.
I don't know what Dorian Gray is, but it sounds like
It's
kind
the
of
guy it's a horror story about a guy who gets a painting. And I think this guy's like, oh man, I'm so cool and hot and stuff. Anyways, he gets the painting and he never ages. But the painting ages, and eventually he goes like crazy and shit and destroys the painting and dies.
Aw, you idiot. Come on, you
know,
get to
right?
like be young forever, dude. I don't know. There's some drawbacks, but come on. You gotta be cool.
Yeah. I could also be telling that totally wrong, but I think I'm correct.
Huh.
I looked at my sister and pointed at my face. I tried to force words out, but my brainy. I tried to force words out, but my brain felt muddy. She leaned forward, squinting, but pulled back and shook her head.
Sweetie Belle, you look fine. Not the best, but fine.
What? I squealed out. But the red marks. She looked at me as if I had lost my mind.
Sweetie Belle, there are no red marks on your face.
She narrowed her eyes.
I hope you aren't trying to get out of school, young lady.
I stammered, eyes wide. I tried to think of something to say, but I couldn't. The judgmental stare of my sister thoroughly pushed down my desire to argue, to tell her exactly what I saw. Instead, I said, No, I must have been seeing things. Sorry, Rarity.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Her gaze softened, and she closed the distance between us with a hug. Aw.
It's okay, Sweetie Belle. I know how hard this time of your life can be.
There were loud knocks on the front door, and my sister pushed me back some.
I'm sorry that there wasn't time for breakfast today, sweetie.
I shook my head. It's fine, Rarity. I'll see you later. I walked to the front door, grimacing. I doubted whether I would have been able to keep anything down, even if there was breakfast.
Sweetie Belle, it's time to wake up.
All right, you gotta get an alarm clock, dude.
She has one. It's Rarity. Come on.
I'm sure Rarity doesn't enjoy this.
I don't know. I feel like Rarity probably would enjoy that. It seems like right down her alley.
All right.
Imposing her will over others, you know?
I guess. I calmly pulled back my sheets and climbed out of bed. Over the last few weeks, I'd learned that arguing was a waste of energy. It was better saved for my reflection. I scoffed. No matter what Rarity or anyone else said, whatever that was in the mirror wasn't me. I walked down the hall to the bathroom, completely numb. I'd seen blood dripping out of my eyes, cuts across my face, missing teeth, teeth sharper than anything should be. A few times I'd seen completely different ponies, and one time it wasn't even a pony at all.
Oh, she's seeing
So is it just
something.
that mirror?
She's seeing what's happening to her in the Equestria Girls universe. Something bad.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, mirrors. I opened the bathroom door, keeping my eyes directed at the floor, spitting sick rhymes. I wanted to go as long as possible without looking at that, whatever it was. The few times I'd looked in the mirrors at school, my reflection was fine, but for some reason, Rarity's mirror showed me something. Rarity, do you have an enchanted mirror?
Rarity's just like snickering downstairs like, Sweetie Belle, you look fine. I'm making my sister go insane.
Honestly, could be that, could be. I'm still not sure what. I hadn't said anything to Rarity since that second day. It just wasn't worth it. I tried talking to my friends about it, but they just thought I was telling some scary story. Twilight didn't not believe me. Well, if she didn't not believe you, then she should have, helped you a bit or something. But she couldn't think of anything that might be causing it. Did she not, inspect it? Twilight's a scientist, come on.
Has she showed anyone what she looks like in the mirror?
Once one person is in the bathroom in the pony world, that's it. No one else can be in there.
Such weird, cultural bogus.
Yeah. Fun fact, Twilight Sparkle took a bath in Pinkie Pie's house once. Anyways.
Why?
She was attacked by bees, I think. That could be a different episode. But she was attacked by, I think, bees or something. And... No, not bees. A skunk? Or something? Anyways, they had to wash whatever the heck off. So she did it at Pinkie Pie's. It was in the episode Feeling Pinkie Keen, I think.
I remember that episode name.
And yeah, it's one of the least favorites of season 1, but I think it's fine. Bit of a bullshit moral, though. I sighed. 3 more days until my parents would get back from their trip, and then I could go home and forget all about this. I turned on the tap and pushed my face under it, letting the cold water wake me up. I wanted to just stay like that, not go to the next steps of my routine. Why do you have this routine, then? Like, just go downstairs.
Well, she can't just, not wash her face. She needs to be pretty.
Yeah, you can. I do it all the time.
But she needs to be pretty, otherwise Rarity won't let her outside. She has a reputation.
That makes sense.
I like this idea that Rarity's just, the worst.
Me too. I wanted to just stay like that, not go to the next steps of my routine, but that would just make Rarity come up to check on me. Eyes still down, I turned off the tap and grabbed my towel. I dried my face until it started hurting and put the towel back on its rung. I took a deep breath and I looked in the mirror. I raised my eyebrows. I looked normal. I rubbed my eyes and looked again. Still normal. I stepped closer, trying to see any irregularities, but couldn't see anything. Now she's the different looking person thing. There was a little hair on the mirror, though, so I raised my hoof to wipe it away. As my hoof got closer, my reflection smiled, razor-sharp teeth glinting in the early morning light.
Oh, God. It was waiting for her to try and touch the mirror.
Welp, That Isn't Me by Wish Come True.
Poor Sweetie Belle.
Yeah, she doesn't deserve it. She deserves far worse.
Oh my God. Ross, you just hate all the ponies. Except for Celestia or something?
They all suck. What can I say? Except for Celestia, who is, of course, perfect. But, anyways, what did we think of this story?
I thought it was good. I was kind of hoping I'd be a little bit more surprised by the ending, but I think the ending was pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was a tad short. I think if it had a bit more, it might have been just that much better. But, oh well, it was written in 60 minutes. What you gonna do, huh?
No, I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah, I think, yep. An entry to the 17th Quills and Sofas speedwriting competition, written in 60 minutes.
Oh, well, I'm very impressed then. That was good.
Prompt was mirror, and genre was limited to horror.
All right, before we get on to this next one, I need to use the bathroom.
Oh, that poor bathroom.
Oh my God, I will be right back.
Don't look in the mirror.
I've returned.
I returned, I've dad.
Okay.
Fun fact. In the state of Alabama, their favorite female superhero is Wonder Woman.
Well, that makes sense. She is, maybe the best.
And in the state of Texas, it's Black Canary.
God, they're such good choices.
Yeah. Where do you live again?
Help.
Right. I was trying to remember. Michelle's favorite is Starfire.
Oh my God. They're all so good.
I am shocked because a few of these states have Jessica Jones, apparently. Which surprises me a little bit. Because she isn't, usually thought of when thinking of female superheroes. But, I dig it. I love Jessica Jones.
I have yet to watch her Netflix original show.
I watched the first 2 seasons. I haven't gotten around to the 3rd one, and I'm not sure I ever will. But, it's good. So. I just prefer Daredevil. So, everyone, this next one is Ghosts in the Graveyard by Jade Ring, who you might know from an older fic we did 10 episodes ago.
Which one was that?
What was it called? I can't remember for some reason. Actually, it was closer to 20 episodes ago. It's one of my favorites. Dear Sweetie Belle, that's it.
Oh, another Sweetie Belle one.
Well, we shall see. Yep, this one is called Ghosts in the Graveyard by Jade Ring, and it looks surprisingly similar, but more kid-friendly to a story I wrote. But we'll see about that. I haven't read it yet, so. When Diamond Tiara had accepted the invitation to join the Cutie Mark Crusaders for their Nightmare Night celebrations, she never considered their evening of carefree costumed fun would end with them standing before the imposing, fog-shrouded gates of Ponyville Cemetery.
So, what's this game called again?
Ghosts in the Graveyard. Sweetie Belle stepped forward and pushed on the iron gate. It swung open noisily, the metal creaking echoing in the still night air. The little unicorn looked back at her former nemesis with a smile, one made less than reassuring thanks to her intricate Nightmare Moon costumes, false fangs.
And you promised that this isn't some long-planned revenge scheme to scare the daylights out of me?
Nope.
Aw, man.
Diamond Tiara shivered in her simple coloratura attire. That's nice, I like that. Feeling silly in the very nice but very normal blouse and skirt. She had lost the coin flip and decided whether she or Silverspoon would get to dress up as the more gaudy Countess persona of Equestria's #1 pop star, but her best friend's victory had proven to be Pyrrhic once she came down with a head cold the night in question.
Because I thought we were friends now.
We are friends. Scootaloo rolled her eyes and scratched at the light blue wig that topped her cozy glow outfit. Pfft, that's why you're the first pony we've invited to play with us. We do it every year.
Right, so here's the rules.
Applebloom sat on her haunches before the gate, her Queen Chrysalis costume already starting to show the inevitable wear and tear from a night of fun and candy seeking.
I feel like a Queen Chrysalis costume would be akin to like a Hitler costume, right?
Well, I'm just saying someone here is wearing a Nightmare Moon costume, so...
Yeah, but I feel like Nightmare Moon was like her evil persona. But I still feel like that would be like, I don't know, like a George Bush outfit. Because she's like one of the rulers of Equestria.
Maybe.
I don't know, this just seems weird. I get the pop star ones, that seems like something someone would do. But for like someone who's considered like a terrorist?
No, she's not considered a terrorist. She's just considered a bitch and evil.
The
terrorist's actually Cozy Glow.
Oh god, Cozy Glow, you monster.
Actually, yeah, I guess Cozy Glow is a terrorist. I'm actually thinking about it. Anyways.
You're it.
Why am I it?
Because this is your first time playing. Now hush and save the rest of your questions until the end.
Applebloom cleared her throat.
Now, like I said, you're it. When we tell you to, you're gonna run off into the cemetery and find a place to hide, while the three of us count to 100. After we're done counting, we'll come find you. Whichever one of us finds you has to yell, "Ghost in the graveyard." That's the signal for the other two to start running back to the gate. The one that finds you is safe, so you have to chase and catch the other two before they make it back here. Whoever you catch first becomes the next ghost. Easy, right?
I like the sound of that game. I would have totally played that when I was a kid.
Yeah, man. But honestly, though, it sounds like they're just doing this to kill her.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it in a graveyard, but it seems like a nice spin on hide and seek.
Yeah.
Now, do you call it hide and seek or hide and go seek?
I might have called it hide and go seek way before, but usually I think I called it hide and seek.
You do seem like the kid who'd call it hide and go seek.
Okay, pal. Shut up. Jerk.
I'm sorry, Roz. Forgive me. What if I don't catch any pony?
Then you're the ghost again. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. Sweetie Belle has a bad habit of getting lost in the fog.
Which is super weird, considering she's the only one of us with a built-in flashlight. Scootaloo muttered. I kept flustered. Sweetie stammered. Or Sweetie Belle stammered. Deepest apologies. I'm such a fool.
Ross is very hormonal
Applebloom.
right now.
Okay. Shut up. Applebloom laughed and looked at Diamond Tiara.
So, questions?
Diamond Tiara considered.
This all just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Wizzy!
It's a Rick and Morty reference. This all just sounds like tag with extra steps.
Wrong.
Applebloom pointed a hoof dramatically, her cardboard horn wilting.
Wait, why did she have... Oh, who is she dressed as?
I think she's dressed as Nightmare Moon.
Oh, I thought she was Queen Chrysalis.
She might be Queen Chrysalis, I can't remember.
It's hide and seek with extra steps.
Exactly. Thank you, Applebloom.
Well, really, tag is just a version of hide and seek. Or no, wait, the other way around. Diamond Tiara chuckled.
And you three play this every year?
Yup. Scootaloo trotted towards the gate and peered into the darkness. The darkness. Since we became friends, she looked back and winked. And now that you're our friend, you get to play too.
Great.
Fun fact. Diamond Tiara, main bad guy of the CMC up until they get their cutie marks, and then she never talks again. Which is like halfway into the show.
Jeez.
I think the voice actress might have like moved away or something. No, wait, no, that was the other one.
Oh.
That was the voice actress for another character. Can't remember who. Twist, that's it.
Yeah, this voice actress just like bought the farm. You know, she like bought a whole farm, and that's where her main source of income was instead of voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Yeah, she said sarcastically.
She said sarcastically.
This is easily in the top 5 best parts of becoming friends with you.
Diamond Tiara took a deep breath and looked at the sky. The full moon was emerging from the clouds, casting a ghostly silver light upon the fog.
So,
What if she becomes a werewolf?
I think you mean were-pony. Or
No,
pony,
a
pony
werewolf.
wolf?
A werewolf. You do know that if she transforms into a wolf under the light of the full moon, that would become a werewolf.
I don't know about a werewolf.
We're not called human wolves or...
But the were part entails humanity.
Does it?
I don't know. I feel like a mix of a horse and a wolf isn't a werewolf.
I think it is.
We'll agree to disagree.
And I'll agree to be right.
And I'll disagree.
Well, I mean, you can. You just look like an idiot.
So, when do I go?
What constitutes a werewolf?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, look, it's Halloween. We gotta look this stuff up, you know? A person who changes for periods of time into a wolf, typically when there is a full moon.
Person, there we go.
But person in this context could mean pony.
Ponies aren't people. That's why they call them ponies and not people.
Well, then what would they be?
Any pony.
It's definitely not something with pony in the name. It's not something with pony in the name.
Any pony does not include body. Like, that means that, like, I'm sure they'd replace the word person with pony as well. Because ponies aren't people.
Great. Well, then werewolf wouldn't be something with pony in the name either way in their world. Oh, where it does mean man. Look at that.
Aha!
So what are female werewolves called?
Werus wolves.
All right, this is a stupid conversation. I shouldn't have had it. Where was it?
So, when do I go? As soon as we start counting.
Applebloom and Sweetie Belle had already joined Scootaloo by the gate and were looking pointedly at the stone wall.
Stone wall. I'm getting flashbacks.
But lycanthropy, it could be lichens, right? Like, we just call them lichens? I don't know.
Y'all ready?
As I'm gonna be.
Diamond Tiara murmured, stretching herself and getting ready to run.
And
Go! The 3 fillies shouted as one. Diamond Tiara bolted into the fog. She dodged and weaved her way through the tombstones, straining her eyes in the moonlight to see as best as she was able. By day, the Ponyville Cemetery wasn't terribly large. One could easily find their way through the numerous tombstones and cross from one end of the boneyard to the other in less than 15 minutes. In a less than 15 minutes? All right. But at night, with the carpet of fog and the pitch black of the night, it felt endless. Diamond Tiara paused to catch her breath and looked around to try and find her bearings. She hadn't been in the graveyard since her grandmother had passed away several years before, and she had no idea of the place's geography, barring a passing glance as she walked by it on the way to some place else. The grave markers all looked the same in the dark, like stone ships floating upon a sea of glowing moonlight. Deciding that she'd run far enough, she hunkered down beside a plain, tall marker and settled in to wait. She stopped panting and was suddenly aware of how deadly quiet the night was. No cricket song, no wind, nothing. It was still and silent in the cemetery, and Diamond Tiara began to feel very alone. And very afraid. Her mind nagged that maybe, just maybe, the Cutie Mark Crusaders were indeed playing a prank on her, Not maliciously, of course, but wasn't good-natured pranking a beloved tradition of Nightmare Night. She could see them now, laughing and waiting for her at the gates to realize that there was no traditional game in the graveyard. I mean, they really go through all that effort just to make up a fake game that they weren't going to play, just to scare you? Come on, that's stupid. Just play the stupid game.
Hide and seek. Come on, we're too old for that, Diamond Tiara, you idiot. You stupid idiot.
Where did that come from?
Diamond Tiara, you dumb imbecile.
Jesus. I don't like Wizzy anymore.
Ross really likes Diamond Tiara.
No, it's just you're mean. She'd just wait a while and then find her way out by following the Crusaders' laughter. She'd join in and they'd all have a laugh while they retired for the evening to sort out their haul of sweets and treats. But how she hoped she wouldn't have long to wait in this dark place. How many bones of past Ponyvillians were laid to rest under her hooves? How many had been so long in the dark and in the dirt that they were now less than even bone and were but simple dust? How long had it been since the game had begun? Maybe she should just start back now.
Hi.
Diamond Tiara barely stifled a scream as she rounded on the voice that had startled her. It came from an earth pony filly, the same age as she was by the look of her. Her coat was a mystical mint, and her long mane was dull silver. This is definitely a ghost. Her piercing blue eyes laughed as her mouth followed suit. Diamond Tiara was decidedly not amused.
That wasn't funny. Sorry.
The filly giggled again.
I guess we're all entitled to one little scare on Nightmare Night.
She extended her hoof.
I'm all bright.
All right.
All bright.
Diamond Tiara swallowed hard to steady her nerves before meeting the offered hoof with her own.
Diamond Tiara.
Albright looked her over.
I like your costume. Are you supposed to be a vampony?
Thanks, I'm actually Countess Coloratura, in her modern phase. It would be more obvious if my friend was here.
Countess who?
Yeah, I got a Mr. One Way over here.
What?
Or I could also do the... Okay, so Mr. One Way is a ghost at Disneyland.
Oh?
On the single rider line, you can meet a person, or there is a possibility, there's a chance, that the person next to you will be a redhead who knows nothing about anything modern or anything like that. And so when you get on the ride, you go wee and ride and fun and stuff at Space Mountain, woohoo. But when the ride stops, the ginger is gone. He's like from the 70s or something. That's the ghost story or something like that.
How's he just gone? Does he just leave?
He's a ghost. I don't know.
So what if you just like keep watching him? Did you see him disappear?
Well, it's in the dark, you see.
Oh. So what if you just like keep your hand on him?
Well, who knows if you can even touch him? That's a good question. Nobody ever considers it.
I just know that normally when I'm on a ride like that, I just keep my hand on the stranger's thigh.
That's a...
It's like so.
I realized you said thigh, and that got me.
I'm just like, so. First time riding? Yeah, I come here often.
My oh my, Wizzy.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite flirtatious. Also kind of pervy.
I know that, Wizzy. Albright raised an eyebrow,
Coloratura, the singer.
Noting the filly's confused expression, she shook her head.
She's famous.
Sorry, I don't get out much.
She breathed deep and sighed in contentment.
It's a beautiful night, isn't it?
Sure.
Diamond Tiara peeked around the tombstone and looked around for any approaching crusaders.
Just wish I wasn't spending it in the cemetery.
Oh, but the cemetery's wonderful.
Yeah, don't talk that way about my home. Albright sighed as she caressed the tombstone. That was Diamond Tiara's shelter.
It's so quiet and peaceful. It's the perfect place to just lie down and take a rest.
But what would make it even more perfect is a severed head. And oh look, I have a head here. And she kills Diamond Tiara.
Guys, that was such a good fan fiction. I'm glad that we got to read it. But it's over now.
Yep.
Ross just read the last of it.
Everyone, thank you for listening. Now it was Diamond Tiara's turn to raise an eyebrow.
Uh-huh.
She muttered suspiciously as she looked the filly over, trying to place her.
I don't think we've met. Are you from Ponyville?
Albright nodded eagerly.
Oh, yes. I've lived here all my life.
And death.
It's a wonderful little town.
Little town.
It's okay, I guess.
It's okay, I guess.
Is this a song?
It was the Beauty and the Beast intro.
Oh, yeah, I do not remember that.
Or not the intro, but like the opening number. It's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Diamond Tiara spared another look back the way she'd come. She spotted what might have been a shadow in the fog, but she blinked and it was gone.
Are you looking for some pony?
Albright asked, looking in the same direction. Yeah, the bones of a young filly. Diamond Tiara sighed and sagged against the tombstone. You okay, bud?
Yeah, my friends invited me to play this game.
That was a yawn, not a sag. So I'm worried for you.
Yeah, because I was yawning, because I'm, like, sleepy, you know? Like the
Yeah, sleepy at this hour.
Like the dwarf.
See, I'm not a sociopath. Or whatever that study said. Albright gasped in delight.
I love games. How do you play this one?
You stab the nearest pony to you.
I'll do it too.
Deciding that her pursuers were still a good distance away, Diamond Tiara quickly filled her new acquaintance in on the basic rules of Ghost in the Graveyard.
And whoever the ghost... Oh.
Deepest apologies, my dear sir. Whoopsie doopsie.
And whoever the ghost catches, that pony becomes the ghost in the next round.
I love catching small ponies.
Albright cocked her head.
And if the ghost doesn't catch any pony?
I'll be honest, I should have been Albright.
Yeah.
This was my mistake. Diamond Tiara shrugged.
Then they have to try again on the next round. That's how Apple Bloom explained it to me anyway.
Thanks, Wizzy. I caught the yawn.
I know, I should have worn my mask when I yawned. But you should have been wearing your mask too.
Deciding whether or not I should cut that out. Anyways.
It's funny and relevant. What the?
It's funny and relevant, yes. But is it too relevant?
It's
That's
a
the
joke
question.
on yawns being contagious.
Albright thought about it for a moment.
This all just sounds like tag with extra steps.
I
She's
know,
the ghost
right?
of Diamond Tiara 5 days ago.
Who killed Diamond Tiara?
I don't know, me.
Oh my god, Ross. I was talking about killing her earlier, and now you're talking about killing her. She's gonna die.
Oopsie.
Okay, maybe I wasn't. I was just talking about how dumb she is. And how stupid she is.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
Diamond Tiara laughed and fell back against the stone. Her weight caused it to shift slightly, and she jumped before it could tip over.
Whoops.
You need to be more careful. Messing with the markers is against the rules.
Albright had stopped laughing. She now looked deadly serious. Deadly serious.
What rules? I remember the rules to the tag game, but that wasn't part of it. I added that part because I'm dumb.
Yeah, you are.
Oh my god, Ross, you're supposed to be like, no, Wizzy, you're not dumb.
No, Wizzy, you're not dumb.
Thank you.
You're completely idiotic.
I know I am completely patriotic. Anyway.
The rules of the cemetery. They're very simple, but very strict.
Albright walked around the stone and pushed it back upright.
Don't tip over a tombstone. Don't disrespect the dead. Those kinds of things. If you break the rules, you pay the price.
Wait, hold on. Why are those tombstones so easy to tip over?
They ain't got no weight.
That's dumb. Diamond Tiara suppressed a shudder at the flat way the filly had said pay the price.
How do you know all this?
My papa used to be a caretaker here. He told me all about the rules. He always told me that so long as you obeyed the rules, the cemetery held no danger.
Danger?
Diamond Tiara smiled uncomfortably.
What kind of danger?
Albright's smile was back like a switch had been flipped.
Never mind that. Can I play your game with you? It's been so long since I got to play a good graveyard game.
Ghost.
Sure.
Diamond Tiara had nearly forgotten about the game in progress.
But you'll probably have to wait for the next round.
That's fair.
Albright gasped and giggled.
Oh, hey, can I help you find a better hiding place? Like in a grave.
Dun dun! Diamond Tiara considered. This filly was strange, but she seemed to know more about the cemetery than she did. She nodded.
Lead the way.
Come on.
Albright set off at a brisk trot. Diamond Tiara hurried after her, which was no easy feat. The filly clearly knew her way around the boneyard. Her footing was so swift and sure that she almost seemed to float above the mists. She dodged around tombstones like she was one of the ambient shadows, and she hummed a melody Diamond Tiara didn't recognize as they carried on. Hum it.
Okay.
You're telling me that Diamond Tiara wouldn't recognize that melody?
Diamond Tiara only knows Countess Coloratura songs.
Doubt it. But fine.
What's a meme? I don't know this weird word that the kids these days use.
Not many ponies know this, but the cemetery's actually laid out in a series of circles. The further in you go, the older the graves are.
So where are we going?
To the dead center.
Of the room. Boom, Haunted Mansion reference. She giggled at the joke.
To the first grave in Ponyville history. Your friends will have the hardest time finding you there.
You're never coming out. Ahem. Diamond Tiara couldn't argue with that logic. She was opening her mouth to ask why she hadn't seen the filly in the school before, when she nearly ran into the stopped form of her new friend.
What's going on? Are we already there?
Nope. But you said one of your friends was named Apple Bloom, right?
She pointed her hoof at a large headstone with two equine silhouettes etched into the surface. Diamond Tiara leaned in and read the inscribed names on the moonlight. In the moonlight.
Bright Mac and Buttercup. The perfect pair. Beloved parents. I thought they were like...
Well, now I'm sad. What?
Wasn't she like... isn't it like Bright Mac and Apple Buttercup?
No.
I mean,
it's Bright
Pear
Mac
Buttercup.
and Buttercup, or Bright Mac and Pear Butter.
Yeah.
But her new name was
I just don't know
Buttercup.
how the ghost would realize that they were apples if that's what it read.
I guess... She's a ghost, they're ghosts. She talks with them.
Okay.
Boom. She looked with a sort of awe at the resting place of Apple Bloom's parents. Withered old flowers lay at the base of the stone.
Apple Bloom never talks about them.
Really? She and her family are very devoted. I see them come and visit when the apple trees blossom. They always bring the loveliest gifts.
So, do you just hang out in the graveyard for fun, or...
But Albright was already gone. She danced between the stones with practiced ease, the fog swirling around her like a milky gown. Diamond Tiara hurried to follow, then noticed the light becoming dimmer. She glanced up and saw the moon vanishing behind a cloud.
Albright, wait up, I can't see.
Wasn't Snips and Snails in this?
Almost there.
Yeah, the character tag said Snips and Snails, so I don't know if they're going to be, like, pranking them at the end or something.
Who knows?
We're almost there.
Albright called back, her voice sounding farther and farther away. Diamond Tiara could barely see the filly's coat as the darkness encroached further. Her trot became a run, and she silently prayed that she wouldn't run headlong into a tombstone in the dark.
Albright!
She called again, but there was no response. She heard other voices, though, and saw a faint violet light just ahead. She altered direction slightly and made for the light. The voices became clearer, the closer she got.
I told you this was a dumb idea.
No, you didn't. You said this was a fun idea.
You had candy corn in your ears.
Diamond Tiara skidded to a halt when she found the source of light.
Snips? Snails? What are you two doing all the way out here?
The two colts were sitting beside an aged, moss-covered tombstone. Time and weather had scrubbed the surface clean of any mark. Before it sat a board covered in letters and numbers. Each colt had a hoof on a small glass resting on the board. Snail's horn was lit to provide some form of light. Hey, Diamond Tiara. Was that the voice? I don't care. Snails waved with his free hoof, smiling in his bemused way. Did you come to talk to the ghosts, too?
I get it, 'cause she is.
Snips rolled his eyes.
I told you before, there aren't any ghosts out here. We could have at least brought our candy.
Diamond Tiara looked around, noting the circles of stones that seemed to radiate out from the marker the colts were sitting by.
This must be the center,
she muttered. She looked back at the two.
Did you guys see a filly run by here?
Nope. The only filly we've seen is you. He looked down at the board. Those older ponies told me this would work.
They were pulling your leg, man.
Snails shook his head. No, that can't be it. We did what they said. We found the oldest grave in the cemetery. We brought the board. They said the Nightmare Night was the one night that the dead could talk. He tapped his chin. Or was it the one night the dead can walk? Diamond Tiara rolled her eyes.
Come on, it's getting late. Let's get out of here.
Why were you here, anyway? Snails asked.
Just playing a stupid game.
Diamond Tiara gave one last look around the clearing and sighed.
Let's just go. I'm for that.
Snips stood and stretched.
Get me out of this lame, cold, and old boneyard.
He sniffed and looked back at the old tombstone.
Stupid way to spend Nightmare Night.
Diamond Tiara saw what he meant to do and reached out.
Wait.
Too late. Snips bucked with his back legs. The old tombstone broke in half, the top smashing to the earth and causing the fog to split like water. A cold wind rushed past Diamond Tiara, and she felt Albright behind her before she heard her voice.
That wasn't very nice.
Snail saw the filly and smiled. Hey there, are you playing a game too?
Oh, I've played all sorts of graveyard games.
Albright's voice was that same flat monotone it had been when she'd explained the rules of the cemetery.
I've been playing them for years. In fact, the fillies and colts of Ponyville used to always come out on Nightmare Night to play with me. All
that's
they had
cute.
to do was follow the rules.
Uh-oh. She's gonna kill him.
Yeah, go Albright.
That's pretty mean. Killing kids. The filly walked past Diamond Tiara, who shivered. The very air around her was freezing.
A few years ago, one little filly broke the rules. Of all the ponies, she should have known better. Her father was the caretaker. After all.
Ah.
Still, I couldn't play favorites. She had to pay the price. Ever since then, the fillies and colts don't come around much anymore. I thought that this year, maybe if I looked like her, then maybe they'd trust me again. Come play with me again. It took me years of watching those 3 fillies to know they could be trusted. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because there will always be bad little fillies and colts who break the rules. And if you break the rules, you pay the price.
Albright reached the broken stone and lay down beside it. Snips and Snails backed away towards Diamond Tiara. The moon was emerging from the cloud now, casting its light upon the fog and returning some semblance of light to the dark. The pink filly swallowed hard.
What? Who are you?
I was the first.
God, I thought you would have realized that by now.
I was being very clear.
Albright murmured as the fog began to glow and started swirling around her.
The first to die. The first
Ever?
to be laid to rest.
Maybe. Ponies live a weird amount of times, you know?
And since I was the first to consecrate the earth, it became my job to ensure that those who came after me enjoyed their rest. It's not a job I asked for, but it's one I've done to the best of my ability for the past 100 years or so.
Man.
100 years or some shit. What?
I said that's like nothing compared to Celestia this time.
Well, you know. You're right, though. You're right. Despite the chill in the air, Snips chuckled.
100 years? You don't look 100 years old.
Albright's eyes flashed at him, the piercing blue shrinking into deep voids of black. The unearthly glow of the fog began to shine from her sockets.
You're the one who broke the rules.
Her voice became deeper, raspier. She smiled and... Good luck with that deeper voice, by the way. She smiled, and her skin began to sag around her skull. Her mane started falling out in clumps, leaving her scalp nearly bare and patchy with mold.
So now you'll pay the price.
The fog washed over her fully, sparing the young ponies from having to see the mint coat beginning to rot and fall away.
Oh my god, it was minty fresh. Never mind, that was a different story.
And successfully keeping the E rating. Booyah.
Yeah.
Apple Bloom leaped out of the darkness, landed in front of Diamond Tiara, and pointed a victorious hoof.
Ha! Found ya. Ghost in the graveyard.
The thing that had been Albright exploded from the ground, now a horrifying thing with the bare skull of a pony and cloaked in the silvery, moon-soaked fog. It shrieked at the little ponies. All right, calm down.
That was the shrieking noise.
No, I know. I was talking to her.
Oh, okay.
It shrieked at the little ponies and lunged at them with claws made of earth and bone. Long, snake-like tendrils of fog danced in the air and reached with terrifying speed. The ponies, Apple Bloom included, screamed and bolted away as fast as they were able. Diamond Tiara ran at the fastest speed that her small body was capable of. She leapt over some stones while dodging around others. She grunted as she bumped against a short tombstone and winced when she felt her... God, stupid gnat ruining the mood. She grunted as she bumped against a short tombstone and winced when she felt her dress rip. She didn't look back or around to see who was close to her, not even to see whether the others were keeping pace. She just had to keep running, had to keep going, had to reach the gates. Scootaloo was already there, a victorious smirk on her face. That faded when she saw the terrified look on Diamond Tiara's face. What? Diamond Tiara tackled her, driving her beyond the threshold of the cemetery. The two ponies rolled to a stop, and Diamond Tiara jumped to her feet. Feet? I told you she was a person. She would be a werewolf.
Oh my god, Ross.
I win!
I think it's Scootaloo who won.
The two Wait, hold on. Say that again?
I said I think it's Scootaloo who won.
You're right. You're right. I thought you said that you think Scootaloo's the werewolf, which would be pretty funny because I believe there was an episode, a Halloween episode, where she dressed up as one.
Hey.
I could be wrong, though. I'll look that up, and depending on if I got that right,
I accidentally let my
I'll
true
put that in the
brony
episode.
colors show. Oh no.
Oh, dear.
The show is ruined.
Mm-hmm. The two ponies rolled to a stop, and Diamond Tiara jumped to her feet, panting. She looked back at the fog-shrouded gates at last and watched as Apple Bloom and Snails came barreling out. They skidded to a halt beside the other two, breathing just as hard. Diamond Tiara did a quick head count.
Where's...
She tried to catch her breath.
Where's Snips? And Sweetie Belle?
But mostly Snips. I don't have a crush on him or anything.
Oh no. I feel like Snips and Snails were like old.
No, they're children. They're children. Apple Bloom's eyes got wider as she looked back at the gates.
That clumsy filly. What if she tripped on Tombstone and...
There was a glow coming from the fog now. It grew brighter and brighter. Diamond Tiara began to wonder if maybe they needed to keep running. It's the decapitated head of Pony coming flying at them. Sleepy Hollow reference.
Decapitated head of Walt Disney.
Okay, no, if the Headless Horseman threw the decapitated head of Walt Disney, that would be awesome. A decapitated, frozen, flaming head of Walt Disney. There was a glow coming from the fog now. It grew brighter and brighter, and Diamond Tiara began to wonder if they needed to keep running. Maybe the thing that was after them couldn't be contained by some flimsy iron gates. Do you know why they're iron, by the way? There's a superstition around that.
Oh, it's supposed
That
to
it does
keep
keep
spirits
in, like, yeah.
Ah, I didn't know.
I don't actually know. That was improv by me.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised if that actually was true. Because iron does have a few superstitions around it, I think. But I got you.
Oh yeah, because iron is supposed to like burn fairies.
That sounds true, so I'm going to believe that one. Oh yeah, that was in Maleficent, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they at least did a bit of research on that. So.
I think that's true. It's like iron burns fairies. Oh yeah, because steel type Pokemon are super effective against fairy type Pokemon. That's why I learned that.
But iron isn't steel. It's iron.
Yeah, that was my problem with it, but also I kind of liked that reference because I had no clue why steel would be super effective against fairy type before that. But I find it cool.
Okay, yeah. Looks like it does hurt fairies.
I'm surprised they never referenced that in Fairly Odd Parents. They just have butterfly nets. Would have been cooler if it was iron.
Cold iron is historically believed to repel, contain, or harm ghosts, fairies, or witches.
Okay, so ghosts
and other
too.
malevolent supernatural creatures.
Sorry, continue.
Nothing. I was just saying I didn't realize. I was just like confirming like what you're saying earlier about it getting ghosts.
Ah, okay, yeah. It's totally a Scottish thing, by the way.
Oh, I was thinking Irish.
Can't remember if fairies are Scottish or Irish.
Richard fairies are Irish.
But it sounds like such a Scottish thing, a Scottish folklore thing. That's probably Scottish. The glow became blinding.
The glow
And Sweetie Belle
became
jumped from the
cozy. Sorry, we shouldn't be getting off track so much.
No, Scootaloo's the cozy glow. And Sweetie Belle jumped from the fog with a proud grin. Her smile faded when she saw the others. Oh, come on! She spat out her fangs and pouted. You mean to tell me that I used my light and I still lost? The two tendrils of fog... It's cheating, by the way. The two tendrils of fog emerged from the thick carpet coating the ground, wrapped themselves around the gates, and slammed them shut behind her. Sweetie Belle gave a little scream, and as she jumped and ran to the others. The 5 little ponies lay together in various states of terror and confusion. Scootaloo looked from the gates to Applebloom. What the hay was that all about? Applebloom could only shake her head. The motion caused the flimsy cardboard horn to finally give up the ghost and fall to the ground. She looked to Diamond Tiara, hoping for some kind of explanation. Snails blinked slowly, and then also looked at the rich filly. Where's Snips? Diamond Tiara looked past the gates into the fog and the darkness, and imagined she saw a shadow racing along the tombstones. She blinked and it was gone.
The rules.
What?
Those are the rules, aren't they? She got him. So now he's it. The clown Pennywise. Stephen King reference.
She looked up at the moon and breathed in the still, cool air, letting it soothe her ravaged lungs. It really was a beautiful night. Albright had been right about that.
Now he's the ghost in the graveyard. Oh my god.
So that was Ghost in the Graveyard by Jade Ring.
That was nice, man. That was a good one. That
Yeah,
really
that
felt
was-
Halloween.
Yeah. That was nice and spooky. I liked it. Whew. Got shivers. Yeah, for an E-rated story on Fanfiction, an E-rated horror story on Fanfiction, pretty good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Apparently this was inspired by the classic children's game with some mild influence from the Haunted House Graveyard games from Universal Studios Florida's Halloween Horror Nights 29.
Oh.
That's interesting to me, but I doubt it's interesting to you. I don't know if you know anything about Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights.
I know they have the Harry Potters.
It's not a Halloween Horror Nights thing, but sure. But yes, they do have the Harry Potters. Good job. So yeah, killing kids, I guess. That's fun. It's fun.
I mean, it technically kind of was a kid who killed him, so...
Does that make it different?
Well, at least it's, like, kids killing kids and not adults killing kids, because that's worse.
I guess. You could definitely say that, but also the child is super old. So...
Okay, but
you know.
child forever as a ghost.
Yeah, but does that stop her from, like, technically speaking, aging mentally?
I have no clue, dude. I'm not the ghost in the graveyard yet. How about we find out as I kill you?
Okay, wait. We don't need to.
Okay.
So, thank you all for listening to this spooky episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you didn't, I'm sorry.
You can be reimbursed with kisses from Ross. Ross gives them the kisses.
Mwah. Mwah.
Bye.
Here's Snips and Sweetie Belle.
But mostly Snips. I don't have a crush on him or anything.
Oh no. I feel that like Snips and Snails were like old.
No, they're children. They're children.
Oh, I thought they were like Death Pony mommy girls henchmen.
No.
Female Sombra. What was her name, Ross? I can't remember it.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Crimson Crackhorn.
Nope.
You know, if Celestia had a broken horn and was inverted.
Celestia has a broken horn. Chrysalis?
No, the other one. If Chrysalis had a movie about her.
What?
God. Shadow Death. Crimson Knight.
I'm blanking, man. But also no.
Sombra's waifu. Commander of some fleets.
Yep, no idea. We're gonna have to talk more about this
the movie
one.
Villain.
Oh, are you talking about Sunset Shimmer?
No, the movie villain.
Oh, that one. The one that looks nothing like Celestia? Tempest?
Tempest. No, I thought she looked more like King Sombra, but I couldn't remember.
Also, Sunset Shimmer was a movie villain. Bucko.
Yeah, but I said the movie villain.
Yeah, I should have picked up on that one. But I'll be honest, I've completely forgotten about the My Little Pony movie. But not the My Little Pony movie A New Generation, which I have seen. And we will get to fan fictions about that. We just have to get through the month. But anyways, okay, yes, thank you. No. They were the henchmen of Sunset Shimmer. And also Trixie briefly. But not Tempest.
Okay.
It was really that confused me. Them being the henchmen. It just threw me way the fuck off. Okay, maybe I'll post-credit scene that one.
Yeah.